The Broadway Theatre Archive.
If I could be any one of us.
Oh, not a real one.
Don't you dare say I'm dependent upon you because I'm not.
Truly speak to you
of all the pain.
in a good role with his actor.
Count the Katie's.
A woman who cannot keep her lust under control.
A collection of comedy and drama available on videocassette. BroadwayArchive.com.
Theater in America, a series of great performances produced especially for television in collaboration with America's outstanding theater companies. Hello, I'm Hal Holbrook. Welcome to Theater in America. You know, the phrase summer theater conjures up images of young kids getting together in a barn or slick star packages of last year's hit or next year's Broadway tryout. But ever since 1955, the Williamstown Theater has been offering New England audiences something else, summers of fine ensemble acting by some of America's best actors in a season of classics and new contemporary plays. The Seagull has been especially enhanced by its television adaptation. It's been taken outside the theater, and the first two acts take place in the natural environment of Chekov's play. As we see the characters moving among the birch trees or meeting briefly in the woods, the drama takes on a new reality. The words have a new ring to them. The rueful comedy becomes even more moving, and Anton Chekov emerges as a major television writer.
Why do you always wear black?
I'm in mourning for my life. I'm unhappy.
You're unhappy? I can't understand that. Your health is good. Your father's not rich, but he's well enough off. My life is much harder than yours. I make 23 rubles a month. And then out of that, they take something for the pension fund. But I don't wear mourning, do I?
It isn't money that matters. Even a beggar can be happy.
Yes, theoretically he can, but not when you come right down to it. Now look at me. With my mother and my two sisters, my little brother, my salary, 23 rubles a month. Well, people have to eat and drink, don't they? And they have to have their tea and sugar and tobacco, and so it just goes round and round.
They'll be starting the play soon.
Yeah. The acting will be done by Nina. The play was written by Constantine. They're in love with each other. And today, their souls will mingle in a longing to create some image they both can share. It's true to both of them. It's your soul and my soul. Can't find any ground to meet on. You see how it is? I'm in love with you. I can't stay at home because I keep wishing so for you, and so every day I walk 4 miles here and 4 miles back, and I meet with nothing but indifference on your part. I can understand that. We're a large family. I haven't any money. Who wants to marry a man who can't even feed himself?
No, that's not important. Your love touches me, but I can't return it, that's all. Here, help yourself?
No, thank you. I don't feel like it.
Oh, how close it is. There'll be a thunderstorm tonight. All you do is philosophize and talk about money. You think the worst misery we can have is poverty, but I think it's 1,000 times easier to go ragged and have to beg for bread.
For some reason, my dear boy, the country is not my style. I think I shall never get used to it. Now, last night I went to bed at 10 o'clock, and at 9 this morning I woke up feeling as if my brain were glued to my skull from too much sleep. And then on top of all that, I fell asleep after dinner just the same. So now I'm feeling wretched and all the rest of it.
That's right, Uncle Billy. You ought to live in town. Oh, look. Come on, you two. The play isn't going to start for 10 minutes yet. Now, you shouldn't be here. Go away. Go away.
Oh, Marcia, my dear, would you be good enough to ask your father to unchain that dog to stop its howling? All last night again, my sister couldn't sleep.
No, you'll have to ask my father yourself. I shan't do it, so please don't ask me.
So you'll call us then before the play starts?
That just means the damn dog will howl all night again. See how it is with me in the country. I've never had what I wanted. It used to be that I'd come down here for 30 days' leave, you know, to rest and so on. But they'd plagued me with one silly bit of nonsense after another till the very first day I fell out of it. I have always left here with relish. Oh, well, now I'm retired. I must live here, like it or like it not.
We're going for a swim, sir.
Oh, no, you can't. Well, all right, but you better be back in about 10 minutes because the play's going to be starting then.
Yes. Well, Uncle.
Yeah.
Here's your theater.
Aha!
That's the curtain.
Yes.
And this is the first wing. And that's the second wing. And beyond that, it's an open space. There's no scenery at all. And you see what the background is? It stretches to the lake and all the way onto the horizon. And the curtain's going to be going up exactly at 9 o'clock, just when the moon's rising.
Oh, magnificent.
Well, if Nina's late, then of course the whole effect is going to be spoiled. It's time she were here now. Father and stepmother. She's been locked up in that house. It's like living in a prison. Oh, Uncle. Look at your hair.
What?
And look at your beard. They're all rumpled up. I should have had a trim or something.
Oh, boy, that's the tragedy of my life.
Oh.
I always look as if I'd been drunk. Even when I was young, I did. Women have never loved me. Hey, listen, tell me. Why is my sister in such a bad humor?
Why? Huh? She's jealous. She's bored.
Huh?
She's set against me, she's set against the performance, and she's set against my play, because Nina's going to act in it, not she.
Oh.
You know, Mother's never read my play, but she hates it all the same.
Come now, you imagine things, really.
Yes, she's furious, because even on this little stage tonight, it's my Nina's going to have a success, and not my mother. Psychological oddity, my mother. She's undeniably talented, but you just try praising Doozer or Bernhardt to her. Oh, no. You praise nobody but Mama. You write about Mama, you rave about Mama, you go into ecstasies over her marvelous performances in Camille, or the fumes of life, or even worse, Magda. But all that is an intoxication. She can't get it in the country, Uncle. So she's bored, she's cross, and she's jealous. And we are all her enemies. It's all our fault.
Well, now, you've got it into your head that your play annoys your mother. That upsets you and so on. Believe me, she worships the ground you walk on.
Yes, I know. Mother loves me. Then Mother loves me not. Then Mother loves me. Then she loves me not. And then she loves me. And then she loves me not. Oh, you see, Mother doesn't love me. I should say she doesn't. Of course she doesn't. But she wants us to live and to love and to wear pretty clothes. And here I am, huh? A perpetual reminder that she isn't young any longer. You see, when I'm not around, she's 32, but when I am, she's 46, and for that she hates me. Oh, she does. She hates me. And she knows, of course, I haven't got any use for the theater. She loves the theater. Seems to her she's working for humanity and the sacred cause of art. But to me, her theater today is nothing. Nothing but a mass of routine and stale conventions.
Well, we can't do without the theater, my dear boy.
We need new forms, Uncle. New forms we must have, and if we can't have those, we shall have nothing at all. I love my mother. I do love her very much. It just seems to me that she leads a senseless life. She's always making a fuss over this novelist. She's always getting her name chucked about in the newspapers. It's disgusting. Sometimes, like the ordinary selfish mortal that I am, I wish I had somebody besides a famous actress for a mother. Oh. Just think if I'd had an ordinary woman for a mother, I'd have been so much happier. Uncle, can you imagine anything worse than my position is here in her house? Do you know what it used to be? That she'd entertain only famous people, actors and writers, and among them all, I was the only person who was nothing. Oh. Yes, and they put up with me simply because I was her son. Well, who am I? What am I? I left the university in my 3rd year. Haven't got any talent. No, none, not at all. Not a kopeck to my name. And according to my passport, you know what I am? I'm a middle-class artisan at Kiev. And my father was a middle-class artisan at Kiev. But father, he was a famous actor. So, you see, when all these people used to gather here in Mother's house, and they were very kind, they bestowed their gracious attentions on me, it always seemed to me that their eyes were measuring my insignificance. I think I guessed what they were feeling, and it made me feel very small.
Listen, tell me what kind of a man this novelist is. You know, I can't make him out. He never opens his mouth.
Well, he's an intelligent man. He's simple. He's apt to be melancholic. He's quite a decent fellow, really. He's under 40 yet, and he's very celebrated. He's had more than enough of everything. As for his writings, well, they're nice. They're talented, but after Tolstoy, after Zola, a little bit of Trigorin goes a very long way.
Well, you know, my boy, I have always been fond of writers. Once, there were 2 things that I wanted passionately. To marry and to become a writer. I never succeeded in doing either. Still, you know, it must be rather pleasant to be even a minor writer. For after all...
Uncle, I hear footsteps. I love her. I do. I love her. Even the sound of her footsteps is lovely. I am insanely happy. She's my dream. Yes, she's my dream. My enchanting one. My dream. Rita!
I'm not late. I hope I'm not late.
No, of course not.
All day I worried. All day I worried. I was so frightened. I was afraid my father wouldn't let me come.
My dear.
At last he has gone out. He went out just now with my stepmother. The sky was red. The moon will be rising. And I raced. Oh, but I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy all the same.
Oh, come now. I do believe I see tears in those pretty eyes of yours. Now, that's not fair.
Well, I'm afraid I did cry a little, but it's nothing. Look, you can see how out of breath I am. We must hurry. I can only stay for a half an hour. My father doesn't even know I'm here.
Well, it's almost time to begin the play. I'll go call them.
All right.
Oh, no. You stay right here. I'll go myself this very moment. Into France, 2 grenadiers... once I started singing like that, and a deputy who was standing nearby said, "Your Excellency has a very strong voice." And then he thought a while and added, "Strong but unpleasant." Into France, 2 grenadiers came marching.
My father and his wife won't let me come here. You see, this is Bohemia. They're afraid I'll go on the stage. But I feel drawn to this lake like a seagull. My heart is full of you.
Where though?
Isn't there someone over there?
No, there's no one over there.
What kind of a tree is this?
Oh, well, this is a spruce.
And why does it look so dark?
Because it's evening and everything looks darker in the evening. Don't you go away early, please. Don't.
I'm not.
I'll follow you.
No.
Yes, I will. I'll follow you, and then I'll stand all night under your window, just like this.
No, you mustn't do that. The watchman might see you, and Treasure doesn't know you yet. He'd bark. Ruff, ruff.
I love you. Oh, who's there? Jakob, is that you?
Yes, sir.
It's almost time to begin. Look, it's 9 o'clock. The moon's going to be rising. Have you got the methylated spirits?
Yes, sir.
Is the sulfur ready?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
go backstage. I'll meet you then. Now, Nina.
Oh, yes.
When the red eyes appear,
All
there
right.
has to be a smell of sulfur all around. It's necessary. Don't let it frighten you. You're nervous.
Very. It's not your mother who frightens me so much. It's Boris Trigorin who terrifies me. Acting in front of him, a famous author like him. Is he young?
Yes.
What marvelous stories he writes.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't read his stories.
It's very difficult to act in your play. There are no living characters in it.
Living characters. I have to represent life not as it is and not as it should be, but as it appears in our dreams.
There's no action in your play. It's all talk.
I don't like criticism, Nina. You haven't read the play.
It's getting damp. Go back and put on your galoshes.
Oh, I feel hot.
You don't take care of yourself, and it's just stubbornness. You're a doctor. You know very well how bad dampness is for you, but you just like to make me miserable. You sat out on that terrace all last evening on purpose.
Oh, never say that
You were so enchanted with Madame Arkadina's conversation, you didn't even notice the cold. You might as well own up. She charms you.
I'm 55.
That doesn't mean anything. What's that for a man? That's not old. You're still young looking. Women still like you.
Tell me, what is it that you want?
Before an actress, you're all ready to kiss the ground. She walks on all of you.
Once more I stand before. Well, if society does make a fuss over actors, treats them differently, say from shopkeepers, it's only right and natural. It's a form of idealism.
Women have always fallen in love with you and hung on your neck. Is that idealism too?
Well, why not? In the relations women have had with me, there's been a great deal that was fine. What they chiefly loved in me was the fact that I was a first-class obstetrician. 10 or 15 years ago, if you remember, I was the only decent accoucheur they had in all this part of the country. Besides, I've always been an honorable man.
Oh, my dear. My dear.
Oh, shh. They're coming.
At the Platava Fair.
Yeah?
Pure delight. Oh, I can assure you, dear lady, she acted beautifully. Magnificent.
Begins in a moment, Mother. You must be patient.
My son, thou turnst mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tint.
Oh, bravo, my dear. Bravo. Nay, but to live in wickedness, seek love in the depths of sin. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin the play. Please take your places.
Ah,
We're about to begin. Please, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost 9. Very well. I begin. Hearken, ye mists, out of ancient time, that drift by night over the bosom of this lake, darken our eyes with sleep, and in our dreams show us what will be in 200,000 years.
Well, in 200,000 years, nothing will be. What?
Well, then let them present to us that nothing.
Let them. We are asleep.
Men and beasts, lions, eagles and partridges, antlered deer, mute fishes dwelling in the water, starfish and small creatures no eye can see. These and all life have run their sad course and are no more. Thousands of creatures have come and gone since there was life on the earth. Now the pallid moon doth light her lamp in vain. In the meadows, cranes wake and cry no longer, and the beetle's hum is silent in the linden tree groves. Cold, cold, cold. Empty, empty, empty. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Living bodies have crumbled to dust, and eternal matter has changed them into stones, into water, into clouds, and there is one soul of many souls. I am the soul of the world. In me, the souls of Alexander the Great, of Shakespeare, of Napoleon, Caesar, and of the lowest worm. The mind of man and the brute's instinct mingle in me. I remember all, and in me lives each several life again.
I think we're in for something decadent.
Mother, shh, please.
I am alone. I am like a prisoner cast into a deep, empty well and know not where I am nor what awaits me. One thing only is not hidden from me. In the stubborn, savage fight with the devil, the principle of material forces, I am destined to conquer. And when that has been, matter and spirit shall be made one in the shadow of my soul forever. And lo, the kingdom of universal will is at hand. But that cannot be. Before long centuries of the moon, the shining dog star, and the earth have turned to dust. Until then, horror shall be. Horror, horror, horror! Behold! My mighty adversary, the devil, approaches. I see his awful blood-red eyes.
I smell sulfur. Is that necessary?
Yes, Mother, yes it is.
It's a stage effect.
Mother, please sit down.
You're taking your hat off. Keep it on, you'll catch cold.
The doctor is taking his hat off to the devil, the father of eternal matter.
All right, I see what you're doing. It's enough. The play is over. Drop the curtain. The play is over. Curtain, I said, drop the curtain. You must excuse me, Mother. I don't know how it is, but somehow I forgot that only a chosen few can write plays, and only a chosen few can act in plays. I was infringing on a monopoly, wasn't I? Well, I'm sorry, Mother. I'm very sorry.
What's the matter with him?
Rita, my dear, you mustn't treat a young man's pride like that.
What have I said now?
Well, you hurt his feelings.
He told us beforehand it was all in fun. That's how I took it.
But just
of course.
the same, you
Now it
mustn't...
appears he's written a masterpiece, I must say. Evidently, he had no intention of amusing us, none at all. No, we got up this performance, fumigated us with sulfur to teach us how plays should be written and what's worth performing in. I am sick of him. I am sick of these everlasting outbursts. He's a conceited boy.
Well, he was only trying to give you pleasure.
Yes? I noticed he didn't choose some familiar sort of play. He forced his own decadent ravings on us. I can listen to raving. I don't mind listening to raving so long as I'm not forced to take it seriously. This thing of his, this was not like that at all. He was introducing us to a new era in art. He was inaugurating a new era in art. Well, to my mind, this is not new forms. This is not new eras. It's bad temper.
Everyone writes as he feels and as he can.
Let him write as he feels and as he can, as long as he leaves me out of it.
Great Jupiter angry is no longer Jupiter.
I am not Jupiter. I am a woman, and I'm not angry. I'm merely annoyed to see a young man wasting his time so. I didn't mean to hurt him.
Nobody has any grounds for separating matter from spirit, because it just may be that this very spirit consists in the union of these material atoms. Someone should write in a play and then act on the stage how we schoolmasters live. It's a hard life.
Yes, that's so, but we shan't talk of plays or atoms. It's such a lovely evening. Listen, they're singing. How nice it feels.
It's coming from across the lake.
10 or 15 years ago, there was music on this lake every night almost. There were 6 big country houses there. And there was always noise and music and laughter and love-making, making love without end. And the jeune premiere and idol of all 6 houses was our friend here. I must present Dr. Eugene Sergeyevich. Oh, you think he's charming now. Then he was irresistible. Why did I hurt my poor boy's feelings? I'm worried about him. Kostya! Kostya!
I'll get him.
Would you, darling?
Constantine!
Well, apparently we're not going on with the play, so I may as well come out. Good evening.
Bravo! We were all enchanted. With such looks and with such a voice, it's a sin for you to hide yourself in the country. You have talent, do you hear? You owe it to yourself to go on the stage.
Oh, that's my dream. Oh, but I'm afraid it'll never come true.
Who can tell? May I present Boris Alexeyevich Trigov?
Oh, I am so glad to meet you. I'm always reading your books, you know, and I.
Oh, don't be shy, don't be shy. Even though he's a celebrated author, his heart is quite simple. Look, he's embarrassed, too.
It's a strange play, isn't it?
I didn't understand anything, but apart from that, I enjoyed watching it. No, your acting was so sincere, and the scenery was excellent. There must be a lot of fish in the lake.
Yes.
I love to fish. There's nothing that gives me more pleasure than to sit by the water along towards evening and watch it float.
Well, I'd have thought that for anyone who had tasted the joy of creation, no other pleasures could exist.
Oh, no, you mustn't make him pretty speeches. He simply crumples up.
I remember one evening at the opera in Moscow when the celebrated Silva was singing. How delighted we were when he took Low C. Well, imagine our surprise. It so happened the bass from our church choir was there. And all of a sudden, we heard Bravo Silva from the gallery. A whole octave lower. Like this. Bravo Silva! The audience was thunderstruck.
The angel of silence is flying over us.
I've got to be going.
Where to? Why so early? We simply won't allow it.
My father doesn't know I'm here.
Oh, that man, really. Well, there's no help for it. It's so sad to lose
If you only knew how I don't want to go.
Oh, well, we must have someone to see you home, child.
No.
Oh, don't go.
I must.
No, stay another hour and so on. Come now, really.
I can't.
Oh.
Oh, that is really a poor, unfortunate child. They say her mother, when she died, left the father all of her enormous fortune, everything down to the very last kopeck. Now that poor little girl has nothing.
Well, Perhaps we ought to go in too. It's getting damp. My legs ache.
Oh, it's like having wooden legs. You can hardly walk on them.
Oh.
Come on, you poor old darling.
Oh, there's that damn dog howling again. Sheriff, tell him to take that dog off the chain.
It can't be done, Peter Nikolaevich. We're having thieves in the barn. The millet's there. Yes. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe I'm no judge. Maybe I'm going off my head, but I like that play. Ah, but here he comes. I want to say all the nice things I can to him.
Oh. They've all gone.
I'm here.
Masha's been following me all over the park. She's an unbearable creature.
Constantine, I admired your play extremely. It's a curious kind of thing, and I haven't heard the end. But still, it made a very deep impression on me. You've got great talent. You must keep on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my dear, what a nervous fellow. Tears in his eyes. What I really wanted to say to you was that you chose your subject from the realm of abstract ideas. And that's right. A work of art must express a great idea. There's no beauty without seriousness. Oh, how pale you are.
Doctor, tell me, do you think I should keep on writing?
Oh, yes, but write only of what is profound and eternal. You know how I have lived my life. I have lived it with variety and choiceness, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm content. But if ever I had felt the exaltation of the spirit that comes to artists in their creative moment, I should have despised this body and all that goes with it and tried to soar above all earthly things.
Forgive me, Doctor, but where's Nina?
Oh, another thing. In a work of art, there must be a clear, definite idea. You must know what your object is in your writing. Or if you follow that picturesque road without a definite aim, you will go astray and your talent will be your ruin.
But where's Nina?
She's gone home.
What? She's gone home? Well, what am I going to do then? And I want to see Nina. I've got to see Nina. I'm going.
Calm yourself, my
yes,
friend.
But all the same,
Calm
I'm going, Doctor. I must go.
Constantine Gavrilovich, come indoors. Your mother wants you. She's worried about you.
Tell my mother I've gone, and don't follow me around. All of you, please, just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Oh, come, my boy. You mustn't act this way.
Of course. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Ah, youth. Youth.
When there is nothing else left to say, people always say, ah, youth, youth.
That's disgusting. Come, they're in the house. They seem to be playing. Let's go in.
No, wait a minute.
What is it?
Let me talk to you. I don't love my father, and I can't talk to him, but I feel with all my heart that you are close to me. Help me. Help me, or I shall do something stupid. I shall make a mess of my life. I shall ruin it. I can't go on like this. I can't go on like this.
How? Help you how?
I am tortured. Nobody knows what I'm suffering. I love Constantine.
Oh, how nervous they all are. How nervous they all are. And so much love. Oh, Magic Lake. What can I do for you, my child? What? And certainly for society people to pamper the novelists, to make them at home in their houses, is as dangerous as for poor merchants to make rats in their granaries. Tell her pretty flowers, tell her pretty flowers.
We are all joy, eh? We are happy today after all. Oh, sister, we are all joy. Her father and stepmother have gone to Tver, and she's free now for 3 whole days.
I am so happy now I belong to you.
She looks lovely today, huh?
Beautifully dressed. Intriguing. That's a clever girl. We mustn't praise her too much. It's bad luck. Where is Mr. Trigorin?
Oh, he's by the bathhouse fishing.
You'd think he'd be sick of it?
What is this you're reading?
Maupassant's on the water, darling. The rest is neither interesting nor true. I'm troubled in my soul. Tell me, what is the matter with my son? Why is he so moody and depressed? He spends day after day on the lake. I hardly ever see him anymore.
His heart is troubled. Oh, Nina, read something from his play, won't you?
You really want me to? It's so uninteresting.
And when he recites anything himself, his eyes shine and his face grows pale. He has a beautiful, sad voice and the looks of a poet.
Pleasant dreams.
Peter, are you asleep? Are you asleep? Peter!
No, certainly not.
You're not following any course of medical treatment for yourself. That is not right, my brother.
Well, I'd be glad to follow a course of medical treatment, but the doctor here won't give me any.
Take care of yourself at 60?
Well, even at 60, a man wants to live.
Yeah, take some valerian drops.
I think it would do him good to take a cure at some springs.
Well, he might take it. He might not take it.
Try and understand that.
There's nothing to understand. It's all clear.
Peter Nikolaevich ought to give up smoking.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
No, it's not fiddlesticks. Wine and tobacco rob us of our personality.
Oh?
Well, after a cigar, a glass of vodka, you're no longer Peter Nikolaevich. You're Peter Nikolaevich plus somebody else.
Oh?
Your ego splits up. You begin to see yourself as a third person.
Well, it must be nearly time for lunch. My leg has gone to sleep.
She'll down a couple of glasses before lunch.
Poor dear gets no happiness out of her life.
Oh, fiddlesticks, Your Excellency.
You argue like a man who's had his fill.
What could be duller than this charming country dullness? Hot, quiet. Everybody philosophizes. Nobody ever does anything. It's so good to be with you, my friends. It's so delightful listening to you. But to be by myself in my hotel room studying my part, how much better that would be.
Oh, it must be. I understand you.
Of course in town is better. You sit in your study. The footman allows no one in without announcing them. There are telephones, there are cabs in the street, and so on. Huh?
Well,
Good afternoon.
Pretty flowers.
Nice to see you looking so well. My wife tells me you're thinking of going into town with her today. Is that so?
Oh, yes, we are thinking of it.
That's a very excellent idea, of course. But what are you going to travel on, my most esteemed lady? Today around here we are hauling rye. All the hands are busy. And besides, what horses would you take, may I ask?
Horses? How should I know what horses?
Well, we have carriage horses.
Where do I get the harness? Where do I get the harness? It's amazing. It's incomprehensible. My most esteemed lady, excuse me. I am on my knees before your talent. I would gladly give 10 years of my life for you, but I cannot let you have any horses.
What if I have to go? This is a fine business.
My most esteemed lady, you don't realize what running a farm means.
The same old story. In that case, I am leaving for town today. Get me horses from the village, or I am walking to the station.
In that case, I resign my position. Find yourself another steward.
Ah, this is insolent. The devil knows what it is. I'm sick of it and all the rest. Bring all the horses here this very moment.
Calm down, calm down. To refuse Miss Arkadina, the famous actress, the least whim, the least little wish is worth more than all your farm. It's simply unbelievable.
What can I do, my dear? Put yourself in my place. What can I do?
We'll all go and beg my sister not to leave. Isn't that so?
Yes.
You insufferable man! Tyrant!
No, please, calm down. Sit still. We'll wheel you. Oh, this is just awful.
Yes, it's awful, but don't worry. I'll speak to him right off.
People are certainly tiresome. Really, the thing to do, of course, is to throw that husband of yours out by the neck. But it'll all end up by this old woman, Peter Nikolaevich, and his sister begging him to pardon them, you'll see.
He's put the carriage horses in the fields, too. And every day we have these rows. If you only knew how it upsets me. It makes me ill. You can see how I'm shaking. I can't bear his coarseness. Eugene, my darling, light of my eyes, take me with you. Our time is passing. We're not young any longer. If only we could, for the few years left us, stop hiding, stop pretending.
I'm 55. It's too late to change now.
I know. You refuse me because there are other women close to you. It's impossible for you to take them all with you. I understand. I apologize. Forgive me. You've grown tired of me.
No. Not all that.
I can't help being jealous. You can't escape women. You're an obstetrician. I understand.
What has been happening?
Irina Nikolaevna is crying, and Peter Nikolaevich is having an attack of asthma. Oh.
I suppose I must go and give them both some valerian drops.
Oh, but doctor, for you.
Oh, merci bien.
What pretty flowers. Give me those flowers. Give me those flowers.
How strange it is to see a famous actress crying. And about such a nothing. Isn't it even strange that a famous author should spend all day long fishing? Here all day long I see famous people crying or fishing or laughing or playing cards, losing their tempers just like everybody else.
Are you here alone?
Yes, alone. What does this mean?
I was low enough today to kill a seagull. There, I lay it at your feet.
What's the matter with you?
Soon I shall end my own life this way.
Oh, I don't recognize you.
Yes. Ever since I stopped recognizing you, you've changed towards me. Your eyes have grown cold. You hate to have me near you.
Oh, you're so irritable lately. And you talk as if you were talking in symbols. I suppose the seagull, is that still another symbol?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, but I don't understand it. I'm too simple to understand you.
It all began that evening. My play failed so stupidly. Women will never forgive failure. Well, I burned it all. Every page of it. Nina, you don't know what I'm going through. You're growing cold to me. It's terrible. It's unbelievable. It's as if I'd suddenly waked and I found that lake had dried up and vanished in the ground. And you say you're too simple to understand me. Well, what is there to understand? My play didn't catch your fancy. You despise my kind of imagination. You find me commonplace. You find me insignificant like so many other people do. How well I understand it. I understand it all. It's like a nail in my brain. May it be damned along with my pride, which is sucking my blood. It's sucking it like a snake. Oh, look. Here comes the real genius. Stepping up with a book, just like Hamlet. Words, words, words. You see? This sun has hardly reached you, and already you're smiling. You're melting in his rays. Well, I won't stand in your way.
Takes snuff, drinks vodka, always wears black, is loved by school teacher.
Good morning, Mr. Chekov.
Good morning. The circumstances have unexpectedly rearranged themselves, and it appears that we're leaving today. You and I are not likely to see each other again. Oh, that's a pity. It doesn't often happen that I meet young girls, young and interesting. You know, I have already forgotten what it feels like to be 18 or 19. And I can't imagine it clearly, and that's why the young girls in my novels and stories are usually false. Oh, I'd like to be in your place, if only for an hour, to find out how you think. And all together, what kind of a little thing you are.
Oh, and how I'd like to be in your place for a while.
Why?
To find out what it feels like to be a famous, gifted genius. How does it feel to be famous? How does it make you feel?
How? Perhaps it doesn't. I've never thought about that. One of two things. Either you exaggerate my fame, or it arouses no feeling at all.
Now when you read about yourself in the newspapers every day.
When they praise me, it's pleasant, and when they scold me, I'm in a bad mood for the next 2 days.
What a wonderful world you live in. If you only knew how I envy you. Oh, look how different people's lives are. You know, some people have all they can do just to drag themselves through their dull, obscure lives. They're all just alike. They're miserable. While other people, you, for instance, you have a bright, interesting life that means something. You must be very happy.
I? You speak about fame, about happiness, about some sort of a colorful, interesting life. And to me, those are all fine words, which, if you'll forgive my saying so, are like candied fruits, which I never eat. You are very young and very romantic.
Well, your life must be beautiful.
What is so particularly good about it? Oh, I have to go and write now. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I'm busy. Well, you have stepped on my favorite corn, as the saying goes. And here I am, beginning to get agitated and a little bit angry. However, let's talk.
Oh, good.
Here.
Oh.
Let's talk about my wonderful, bright-colored life. Where shall we begin? There are obsessions when a person thinks day and night about, let's say, nothing but the moon. And I have such a moon of my own, day and night. I am obsessed with one persistent thought. I must write, I must write, I must write. I must. I've hardly finished one book when, for some reason, I have to write another, and after that a third, then a fourth. I write continuously, hardly stopping to change horses, and I can't do differently. I see a cloud that looks like a grand piano. I think I must mention somewhere in a story that a cloud floated by looking like a grand piano. There's a smell of heliotrope, quick as a wink, a mental note. Heliotrope, cloying smell, widow's color. Oh, must be mentioned in the description of a summer's evening. I'm lying awake to catch myself and you in every phrase, in every word. And I'm in a hurry to get all those words and phrases into my literary storeroom. They might come in handy. When I finish work, I race off to the theater. Or go fishing. You know, you'd think I'd be able to rest, forget myself. No. Already a new idea's moving around in my head like a heavy cast iron seed, and it's back to the table, and again I must hurry to write. And it's always like this, always. And I have no peace. And I feel that I'm, eating up my own life, that for the honey that I give away to someone in space, I am taking the pollen from my best flowers, plucking the flowers themselves and trampling on their roots. Well, am I not mad? Do my friends or acquaintances treat me as though I were sane? What are you writing? What are you going to give us next? Always the same thing, always the same thing. And it seems to me that this attention, the praise, the admiration, it's all deception. They're deceiving me as they would deceive a sick man. And sometimes I'm afraid that at any moment they will steal up behind me, grab me, and carry me off to the madhouse. I've never seen my readers, but for some reason, I imagined them to be unfriendly, distrustful. I was afraid of the public. It terrified me. And whenever a new play of mine was put on, it always seemed to me that all the dark-haired people in the audience were hostile and all the light-haired people coldly indifferent. Oh, what torture that was. How awful.
Surely the inspiration that you feel and the creation itself of something must give you moments of high happiness and exaltation, don't they? I would think.
When I'm writing, it's pleasant, and yes, reading proof is pleasant, but as soon as it's off the press, I can't stand it. I see that it isn't what I wanted. It's wrong, and I shouldn't have written it at all. And I feel annoyed, and my soul feels rotten. And the public reads it. Yes, nice, talented, nice, but a far cry from Tolstoy. Or, it's a wonderful thing, but Turgenev's Fathers and Sons is better. And until my dying day, it is always going to be only nice, talented, nice, talented. And when I'm dead, people who knew me, passing by my grave, will say, here lies Trigorin. He was a good writer, but he didn't write as well as Turgenev.
Excuse me, I refuse to understand you. You are simply spoiled by success. Yes.
What success? I have never liked myself. I've never cared for myself as a writer. And the worst of it is I'm in a sort of a fog, and often I don't understand what I'm writing. Look, I love this. Water, trees, sky. I feel nature. It arouses in me a passionate, irresistible desire to write. But I'm not only a landscape painter. I am also a citizen, and I love my country and the people, and I feel that if I am a writer, I must write about the people. I must speak about them and about their sufferings and their future, and speak about science, the rights of man, so forth and so on, and I do. I speak about everything. Angrily urged on from every direction, I dash from side to side like a fox being chased by the hounds. I see life and science getting always farther ahead, farther ahead.
You work too hard. You work too hard. Yes, and you have no time or wish to realize your own importance. Now, you may be dissatisfied with yourself, of course, but other people think that you are great, excellent. Oh, if I were such a writer as you, I'd give my whole life to the people. But I should feel that the only happiness for them would be in rising to me. And they should draw my chariot.
In a chariot? What am I, Agamemnon?
For the happiness of being a writer or an actress, I'd bear any poverty or disillusionment. I'd have people hate me. I'd live up in an attic and I'd eat plain bread. I would endure my own dissatisfaction with myself and all my faults. Oh, but in return, I should ask for fame. Real, resounding fame. Oh, my head's spinning.
I'm being called probably to start packing. I don't feel like leaving. Oh, what bliss. How good it is here.
Do you see across the shore there, that house and garden?
Yes.
It belonged to my mother when she was alive. I was born there. I've spent all my life by this lake. I know every little island on it.
It's good here. Oh, what's this?
Seagull, Constantine shot it.
Beautiful bird. Oh, really, I don't feel like leaving. Persuade Arena to stay?
Ah, what is that you're writing?
Just making a note. An idea occurred to me. A subject for a short story. A young girl grows up beside a lake. She loves the lake like a seagull, and she's happy and free as a seagull. But one day, by chance, a man comes and sees her. And having nothing better to do, destroys her. Like this seagull here.
Boris! Boris, where are you?
Right away! What is it?
We're staying.
It's a dream.
I'm telling you all this because you're a writer. You can even use it if you like. I tell you the truth. If Kostya had died when he shot himself, I would not have gone on living another minute. But just the same, I'm getting stronger. I just made up my mind to tear this love of mine out of my heart. Just tear it out by the roots.
How will you do that?
I'm getting married. I'm getting married to Medvedenko.
The schoolmaster?
Yes.
I don't see the necessity of that.
Loving without hope. Waiting the whole year long for something. Now, when I'm married, I won't have time to think about love. There'll be plenty of other things to help me forget the past. Well, it'll be a change anyway. Shall we have another?
No. Won't that be too much?
Oh, come now. Don't look at me like that. Women drink much oftener than you think. A few of them drink openly, as I do. Most of them drink in private. Oh, yes, and it's always vodka or cognac. Well, your health. You're a decent sort, and I shall be sorry to be parting from you.
I don't want to leave myself.
Well, you should beg her to stay.
No. She'll never stay now. Her son is behaving very tactlessly. He is either shooting himself or... And now they say he's going to challenge me to a duel. And what for? He sulks, he grunts, he preaches new forms. But there is room for everyone, the new and the old. Why push?
Well, there's jealousy. However, that is none of my business. Well, let me wish you every happiness. Oh, don't think badly of me. But thank you for your friendly interest. Send me your books, and be sure to write in them, only don't put esteemed lady, but simply this. To Masha, the world forgetting, and by the world forgot. Goodbye.
Otto Reven.
Even?
No! I only had one bee in my hand. Catch. I was trying my fortune to be an actress or not. Oh, if only somebody would give me some advice.
There, one mustn't advise.
We're going to part. And I may never see you again. Would you please take this locket to remember me by? I've had it engraved with your initials on one side and on the other the title of your book, Days and Nights.
How lovely. Oh, what a charming present.
Sometimes think of me.
Oh, I will. I will think of you. As you were that fine day a week ago, do you remember? You were wearing a white dress, and we talked, and there was a seagull lying on the ground beside us.
Yes, a seagull.
Petrusha.
Someone's coming. Please, may I see you for 2 minutes before you leave?
Petrusha, please. Petrusha,
Yeah.
stay at home. Stay at home. How could you be running about town with your rheumatism? Who is that just went out, Nina?
Yes.
Oh, pardon, we intruded. I believe everything is all packed. I'm exhausted.
Page 121. Lines 11 and 12. What's in those lines? Are there copies of my books here in the house?
Yes, in my brother's study.
Page 121.
In the corner bookcase. Really, Petrusha, it would be better for you to stay at home.
Yeah.
Well, you're going away. It's dreary for me here at home without you.
What is there for you in town?
Oh, well, nothing in particular, but just the same. Yeah. Oh, there's the laying of the foundation stone for the town hall and all that sort of thing, huh? Oh, a man longs, if only for an hour or so, to get out of this stagnant existence. For much too long, I've been lying around like an old pipe. Oh, my dear, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I have ordered the horses around for 1 o'clock, and we'll set off at the same time.
Stay at home. Don't get lonesome. Don't take cold. Take care of my son. Look after him. Advise him. Here I am leaving. I don't know why Kostya tried to kill himself. I have a notion that the main reason is jealousy. The sooner I get you going away from here, the better.
Well, now, how shall I explain this to you? You know, I think there were other reasons besides jealousy. Here we have a man who is young, intelligent, living in solitude in the country, no money, no prospects, no future. He's ashamed of his idleness and afraid of it. Now, you know, my dear, I'm very fond of the boy, and I think he's attached to me, too. But just the same, he feels superfluous in this house. You know, a poor relation, a dependent. Now, there is something we can understand. It's pride, of course, huh?
I'm worried about him. He could go into the service. Why couldn't he go into the service?
Well, now it seems to me that perhaps the best thing you could do for him would be to let him have a little money. Now, in the first place, he ought to be able to dress himself properly like other people. Look how he's worn that old jacket for 3 years now, and he runs around without an overcoat. You know, it wouldn't do him any harm either to have a little fun. Perhaps he could go abroad. It wouldn't cost much.
Maybe I could manage a suit, but as for going abroad, no. I mean, just at this moment, I can't even afford a suit.
Yes,
I haven't
very
any
well,
money.
my dear.
I
Now,
haven't
please
any money,
forgive
no.
me. Please, don't be angry.
I'm not.
No, you are a generous, noble-hearted
I
woman.
haven't any money.
No. Of course, if I had any money, I'd give him some myself, but I haven't anything, not a kopeck. My manager takes all my pension and turns it into agriculture, beekeeping, cattle raising, and it all goes for nothing. The bees die, the cattle die, horses they never let me have. That Shamrai...
Yes, I have money. I'm an actress. My dress bills alone are enough to ruin me.
Yes, my dear, you are very good. I respect you.
Petrusha!
Oh, dear.
What is it?
I'm afraid I'm not feeling very well.
Help! Someone!
My
Help
head
me!
is swimming.
Lean on me!
I
Lean
feel
on me!
faint.
Petrusha!
No, it's
Don't be alarmed, Mother.
It's nothing. It's
Don't
nothing.
be alarmed. It's not serious.
It's gone already.
It often happens to Uncle now. Uncle?
Yeah.
You must go lie down now. And you must rest.
Yes. Yes, I'll lie down a little. And then I'm going into town. Now, I'm going to lie down a little. And then I'm going into town. Now, that's settled.
There's a riddle. It's on 4 legs in the morning, at noon on 2, and in the evening on 3.
Yes, that's right. And on the back at night.
Oh.
No, that's all right. No trouble. I can manage.
Don't stand on ceremony.
Oh, how he frightened me. Oh.
It's not good for him to live in the country, Mother. You know that. He gets depressed. Why don't you have a sudden burst of generosity and loan him 1,000 or 1,500? Then he could go and spend the whole year in town.
I haven't any money. I'm an actress, not a banker.
Mother? Mother, come. Do my bandage for me, please. You do it so well.
The doctor's not here yet?
No, doctor said 10 o'clock. It's almost 12 o'clock.
Sit down. Sit down. Here. Sit down. Sit. You look as though you were wearing a turban. A man came into the kitchen the other day. He asked what nationality you were.
Oh.
It's almost all healed. There'll just be a little scar. You won't do anything so stupid again while I'm away, will you?
No, Mother, I won't. It was just a moment when I was out of my head with despair. I couldn't control myself. Won't happen again, I promise. Here.
And there.
Oh, Mother, you have such clever fingers. Do you know I have a memory? Yes, it was a long, long time ago when you were still playing the Imperial Theatre. And I remember that there was a fight one day in our court, and an old washerwoman got beaten almost half to death. You remember? Well, she was picked up unconscious, and you nursed her, and you took medicines to her, and you bathed her children in the wash tubs. Don't you remember that?
No.
And then I recall that there were 2 ballet dancers who lived in the same house with us, and they used to come every single night. They'd have coffee with us.
I remember them.
They were so religious.
They were ridiculous.
Do you know, Mother? Lately? Oh, just the last few days. I've loved you. I have loved you as fully and as tenderly as I did then when I was a child. Except for you, there isn't anybody else left me now, you know. I'm all alone in the world, Mother. So tell me why you've let yourself fall under the influence of this man, Trigorin.
Oh, Constantine! You don't understand him. He is a very honorable man.
Oh, yes. But when he learned I was going to challenge him to a duel, honor didn't keep him from leaving. He's playing the coward, Mother. He's leaving the house. It's an ignominious flight.
What nonsense. I myself had to beg him to leave here.
Honorable man, and here we are, the 2 of us. We're almost arguing over this man. He's probably in the garden or the drawing room right now, and he's laughing at us. He's developing Nina. He's trying to convince her once and for all he's a genius.
It is a pleasure for you to say disagreeable things to me. I must ask you not to speak badly of that man. I respect him.
Well, I don't respect him. No, I don't. Forgive me, Mother. I know you want me to think that he's a genius, but I can't. And I can't tell lies either. His books make me sick.
You're jealous.
Jealous?
You are jealous. People who are not talented but pretend to be have nothing better to do than to disparage real talents. Much good does it do them, I must say.
Real talents. Real talents? I have got more talent than both of you put together if it comes to that. Yes, I do. I do. You two with your stale routines. You've only grabbed the first place in art, and you think only what you do is clever, only what you do is genuine, and only what you do is legitimate. And the rest of us, you want to smother us. You want to suppress us. Well, I don't believe in you, and I don't believe in him.
How decadent.
Why don't you go back to your lovely, beautiful theater and act in your stupid, trashy plays?
Never. Never have in such place, you leave me alone. You are not fit to write even wretched vaudeville. You parasite!
You miser!
Beggar!
No!
Nothing!
God!
Not ever! Oh, don't cry, please, don't cry, please. God, my child, please, please, you mustn't cry. Forgive me. Forgive me. I am a wicked, wicked mother. Wicked, wicked, wicked mother.
Oh, Mother.
Kostya, I am such an unhappy woman.
Mother, you don't know what I'm going through. I've lost everything. Nina doesn't love me anymore. I can't write. I can't do anything. All my hopes are shattered.
It will be all right. It will be all right. He'll be leaving soon. She will love you again. It will be all right. That's enough. That's enough. Have we made it up?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Make it up with him. Make it up with him. You don't want a duel.
No.
You don't want a duel.
No, Mother, but you don't understand. You don't understand that the problem is that I can't see him. It's too difficult. It's painful. It's beyond me. I can't. There he is. There he is. I'm going in. The doctor can do my bandages later.
Page 121, lines 11 and 12. Here. If ever you need my life, come and take it.
The horses will be ready soon.
If ever you need my life, come and take it.
I hope you're all packed.
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Why do I hear such sadness in this call of a pure soul? And why does it press upon my heart so poignantly? Why does it press upon my heart so poignantly? If ever you need my life, come and take it. Let's stay one more day. Let's stay.
Darling, I know what keeps you here. Have some control. You're a little drunk. Sober up.
All right, you be sober too. Be intelligent, be reasonable. Look on this as a true friend. You are capable of sacrifice. Be my friend and set me free.
Are you so infatuated?
I'm drawn to her. Maybe this is just what I need.
The love of some provincial girl? How little you know yourself.
Sometimes people seem to be going about wide awake and they're really asleep. That's the way it is with me now. I am talking to you, but I'm asleep. I'm seeing her in my dreams. Sweet, wonderful visions have taken possession of me. Let me go.
No. No. I am an ordinary woman. I am just like every other woman. You mustn't talk to me like this. Boris, don't torment me.
If you want, you can be far from ordinary.
No.
Young love, delightful, poetic, carrying one away into a world of dreams. On earth, it alone can ever bring happiness. Look, I've never known such love. When I was young, I was busy wearing out the doorsteps of editorial offices. I had no time. I was fighting starvation, but now that love has come. It's here at last. It's beckoning to me. Is there any sense in running away from it?
Oh, you've gone mad.
All right, let me go.
Everybody in this house has conspired today to torment me.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't want to
Am I so old? Am I so ugly? You talk to me of other women. You... My beauty, my marvel. You are the last chapter of my life. If you leave me, I will not survive it. I will go out of my mind. My wonderful, my magnificent, my master, my...
Someone might come.
Let them. I'm not ashamed of my love for you. My treasure. You reckless boy. You want to be bad. I won't have it. I won't let you. You are mine. You are mine. This brow is mine. These eyes are mine. This beautiful silky hair, that's mine. You are all mine. You're so gifted. You're so talented. You are the best of all the modern writers. You are the one and only hope of Russia. You have such sincerity, such simplicity, such humor. You go straight to the heart of every character, every situation. Your people are like life itself. One cannot read you without rapture. You think this is incense? You think I'm lying? Look at me. Do I look like a liar? I alone know how to appreciate you. I alone tell you the truth, my lovely darling. Stay with me. Stay with me. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I have no will of my own. I have never had a will of my own. Limp, weak, always submissive. Is it possible that this can appeal to a woman? Take me, carry me away. Only never let me be one step away from you.
He's mine. He is mine. But, of course, if you like, you may stay. I'll go by myself. You join me later in a week. After all, why should you hurry?
No. We'll go together.
Together. Just as you say. What are you writing?
I heard a good expression this morning. Virgin forest. It might come in handy. So, once again, we're off. Railway cars, stations, buffets, sandwiches, conversations.
Conversations.
I have the honor, with deep regret, to announce the horses are ready. It's time, most esteemed lady, to be off to the station. The train arrives at 5 minutes after 2. Don't hurry, dear lady. There are 5 minutes still. Once, in a melodrama, they were playing conspirators. And when they were suddenly discovered, he had to say, "We are caught in a trap." But Ishmaelov said, "We are trot in a clap." In a clap!
Here are some prunes for the journey. They're sweet ones. I thought you might like something for the train.
You are very kind.
Oh, goodbye, my dear. If everything hasn't been just so, please forgive
charming.
it.
It's been charming. You mustn't cry.
Oh, our lives are passing.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, we better get started if we don't want to be late.
Yes.
I'll go get in the carriage.
Yes.
And I think I'll walk to the station to see you off. I'll step lively.
All right. Oh.
We humbly thank you,
Oh, yes. Don't you forget me. Don't you forget me. Here is a ruble. It's for the three of you.
Bless you.
Bye, my friends. We are alive and well. We will meet next summer. Oh, where is Kostya? Tell him I'm leaving. I must say goodbye to him. Oh, I gave her a ruble. It's for the three.
Oh,
yes. Goodbye. Bye.
Oh, I've forgotten my stick. I think I've left it here on the terrace. It's you. We're just leaving.
Boris Alexeyevich, I have come to a decision. I'm taking a plunge. I'm going on the stage. I'm leaving everything. I'm deserting my father. I'm beginning a new life. I'm off like you for Moscow. We shall meet there.
Stay at the Slavyansky Bazaar Hotel. Let me know right away. I'm at the Grahovsky house on Molchanovka Street. I must go.
Oh, no, please, 1 minute.
Oh, you are so lovely. What happiness to think that we shall see each other soon. I shall see these wonderful eyes again. This inexpressibly lovely, gentle smile, these tender features, this expression of angelic purity. My darling.
nobody here. Every other minute of the day, the old man keeps asking, where's Kostya? Where's Kostya? He just can't live without him.
He's afraid of being left alone. Terrible weather. Nearly 2 days now it's been like this.
There are waves on the lake. Great big waves.
The garden's black. I wish to goodness they'd tell someone to pull down that stage in the park. Just stands there, all bare and hideous, like some skeleton. Curtain flapping in the wind. When I passed there last night, it seemed to me that in the wind there, I heard someone crying.
You're imagining things.
Masha, let's go home.
I'm going to stay here tonight.
Masha, let's go. Our baby must be starving.
Nonsense. The nurse will feed it.
It's been hard on him. He's been 3 nights now without his mother.
Oh, really, you are just impossible. In the old days, you used to philosophize a little, but now it's all home and baby. Baby and home, that's all I ever get out of you.
Let's go, Masha.
Go by yourself.
Your father won't let me have a horse.
He will if you just ask him.
All right. I'll give it a try. Then you'll come home tomorrow?
Yes, I'll come tomorrow. Only stop pestering me. Oh, why is that, Mother?
Mr. Soren asked to sleep in Kostya's room.
Oh, here. Let me do that.
Oh, people, what children.
Well, I'd better be going. Goodbye, Masha. Goodbye, Mother.
Go if you're going.
Goodbye, Konstantin Gavrilovich.
Who'd ever thought or dreamed that someday, Kostya, you'd turn out to be a real writer? Now, thank God, the magazines send you money for your stories. You've grown so handsome. Dear good Kostya, be kind to my little Masha.
Leave him alone, Mother.
She's a nice little thing. A woman doesn't ask for much, Kostya. Just a kind look says, well, I know.
You shouldn't have bothered him.
I feel sorry for you, my child.
Why should you?
My heart aches and aches for you. I see it all. I understand it all.
It's all such nonsense. Hopeless love. That's just in novels. But no matter. Only you mustn't let yourself go and be always waiting for the tide to turn. If love stirs in your heart, you just stamp it out. Now, they've promised to transfer my husband to a new district, Mother. And when they do, I'll forget it all. I'll just tear it out of my heart by the roots.
Kostya's playing. The poor boy's sad.
The great thing, Mother, is not to have him before my eyes. When my Semyon gets his transfer, I promise you, I'll forget it all in a month. It's all such nonsense.
I have 6 mouths to feed now, and flour 70 kopecks.
It's a hard life, huh?
It's easy for you to smile. You've got more money than the chickens could pick up.
Money? After practicing medicine 30 years, my friend, so driven day and night I can never call my soul my own, I managed to save up at last 2,000 rubles. And I've just spent it all on a holiday abroad.
Haven't you gone yet?
How can I when they won't let me have a horse?
I wish I'd never set eyes on you again.
Oh, look how many changes they've made here. The drawing room is turned into a study.
Oh, yes, Konstantin likes to work in here. He can walk in the garden and do his thinking there.
Where's my sister?
She went down to the station to meet Dragon. She'll be back soon.
Oh,
Well, now, if you thought it necessary to send for my sister, that shows I'm very ill. It's odd, isn't it? I'm very ill, and they won't let me have any medicine around here.
And what would you like? Valerian drops? Soda? Quinine?
More philosophy, I suppose. Oh, what an affliction. Oh, I have a subject for a story for Kostya. It should be called The Man Who Wanted To. L'homme qui a voulu. Now, when I was young, I wanted to become a writer. Well, I never became one. I wanted to speak eloquently, and I spoke abominably. I mean to say, that is, well, what I meant was that, sometimes I'd go on like that for hours, until the sweat broke out. Then I wanted to marry, and I never married. I wanted to live in town, and here I am, ending my life in the country and so on.
Wanted to become state councilor and became one?
Oh, well, that I never longed for. It just happened.
Well, you must admit to express displeasure with life at 60 is a bit ungenerous.
Oh, how obstinate you are. Can't you understand I want to live?
That's frivolous. It's the law of nature that every life must come to an end.
Oh, Kostya, my boy.
Oh, I'm afraid we must be interfering with Constantine's work.
It doesn't matter.
Permit me to ask you, Doctor, what town in your travels did you most prefer?
Genoa.
Oh?
Genoa.
Why Genoa?
Oh, because of the marvelous street crowds. You go out of your hotel in the evening and you find the street surging with people. You let yourself drift aimlessly among the crowd back and forth. You begin to live its life. Its soul pours into you until finally you begin to realize there might really be a world spirit after all. Like Nina Zarechny acted in your play. Oh, incidentally, where is Nina just now? Where is she and how is she?
Nina's very well, I imagine.
I've been told that she's been leading rather an odd sort of life. What has been happening?
It's a long story, Doctor.
Oh, never mind. You can make it short.
She ran away. And she went to live with Trigorin. That you knew.
Oh, yes, that I did know.
She had a child. The child died. Trigorin got tired of her, as might be expected, and he went back to his old ties. Never really given up those old ties, but he'd flitted in that backboneless style of his from one to the other. As far as I can see, Nina's personal life was a complete failure.
What about the stage?
Stage? That was even worse, I believe. She made her debut in Moscow in a summer holiday resort, and after that, a tour of the provinces. You know, in those days, I never let her out of my sight. I used to follow her wherever she went. She always attempted big parts, too, but her acting was crude, ridiculous, clumsy. Gestures were too large. Now and again, she'd have some moments of talented screaming, talented dying, but those were only moments.
So she had some talent for the stage after all.
I never could make that out, Doctor. I really don't know. I saw her, of course, but she didn't want to see me. Her maid wouldn't let me in her dressing room. I understood how she felt. I never insisted. I don't know what else there is to tell you. After I came back here, she wrote me some letters. They were clever, tender, interesting letters. She didn't complain, but I could tell she was unhappy. Wasn't a line that didn't show her exhausted nerves, and she'd taken a strange fancy. She'd always sign herself the Seagull. Do you know in The Mermaid, the miller thinks that he's a crow? Well, in just this way, Nina would sign all of her letters the Seagull. Now she's here.
What do you mean here?
She's here. She's staying in the town at the inn. Been here for 5 days now in her room. Won't see anybody. Masha drove in to see her, and Medvedenko insists he saw her last night in a field somewhere about 1.5 miles from here.
Yes, I saw her. She was going the opposite direction from here, towards the town. I bowed to her, and I asked her why she hadn't been out to see us. She said she'd come.
Well, she won't. Her father and stepmother don't want to know her. They've put guards all over the grounds to keep her off. How easy it is, Doctor, to be a philosopher on paper. how much more difficult when it comes to real life.
Well, she was a beautiful girl.
How's that?
I said she was a beautiful girl. Hmm? State Councilor Sorrell was downright in love with her himself for a while.
Why, you old philanderer.
Oh, I think they're back from the station.
Yes, I hear Mother.
You'll grow old, dear lady, and fade with the elements, but you, dear lady, are forever young. Beautiful dress by Varsity. Grace.
Oh, Peter Nikolaevich. Why must you be ill all the time? That's not good. Masha,
So you do remember me.
are you married?
Ages ago.
Happy? Irina tells me that you've forgotten the past and aren't angry anymore.
Kostya. Look, Boris has brought you the magazine with your new story in it.
Oh, well, it's very kind of you. Thank
Your
you.
admirers send you greetings in Petersburg and Moscow. There's a great deal of interest being shown in you. People are asking about you all the time. They want to know what's he like, how old is he he dark or fair? For some reason, they all think that you're not young anymore. And nobody knows your real name. You write under a pseudonym. You're a regular mystery, like the man in the iron mask.
Are you staying long?
No, I think I'll go to Moscow tomorrow. I have to. I'm in a hurry to finish a novel, and also I promised to contribute something to an anthology. In a word, it's the old story. Well, the weather has given me a rough welcome. The wind is raw, but if it dies down, I am going out on the lake tomorrow and do some fishing. At the same time, I want to look around the garden, that place where your play was done. Do you remember? An idea for a story has worked itself out in my mind. I just want to, refresh my memory as to the locale.
Father, please give my husband a horse. He must get home.
A horse, home. See for yourself, they're just back from the station. They're not going out again tonight in this weather.
There are other horses.
There are other horses.
Nobody can do a thing with you.
I can walk, Mom. Really?
Walk in this weather.
Well, let's sit down, friends.
It's only 4 miles. Goodbye, Mush. Goodbye, Mother. I shouldn't have disturbed anybody, but, the little babies. Good night.
He'll make it. He's not a general.
Oh, let's sit down, friends. They'll be calling us soon for dinner.
When these long autumn evenings come on, we amuse ourselves out here with a game of lotto. And look, the same old lotto set we had when my mother used to play with us children. Won't you join us in a game until supper time? It's not a very exciting game, but it does well enough that you're used to it.
He's only read his story. Hasn't even cut the pages on mine.
Yes.
Kostya, do you want to play?
No, Mother, I don't. I want...
10 kopecks. Doctor, would you put in for me?
Oh, come on to me.
Has everybody bet? I'll begin. 22.
I've got it.
3.
Here you are.
Did you cover 3?
Yes.
8. 81 and 10.
Not so fast.
Oh, wait till I tell you about the reception they gave me at Kharkov. Can you believe it? My head is still swimming.
34.
The students gave me an ovation, 3 baskets of flowers, 2 garlands, and look.
That's how real.
50.
50. I had a superb costume. I know how to dress, if I say so myself.
Kostya's playing. The poor boy is sad.
Well, they've been attacking him in the papers.
77.
Who cares what they say?
He has no luck. He's never found his own way of expressing himself. There's something strange and vague in his work. Almost like delirium, not a single living character.
11.
Petrusha, are you bored? He's asleep?
Oh, State Councilor Soren is peacefully asleep.
790.
If I lived in a place like this and by a lake, do you think I would write? I would overcome this passion and devote my life to fishing.
28.
28.
To catch a perch or a bass, that's something like happiness.
Well, I believe in Constantine. He's got something. He's got something. He thinks in images, and the stories he writes are bright and full of color. And I always feel them deeply. It's only a pity that he's got no definite purpose. He creates impressions, never more than that. And on mere impressions, you don't go far. Irina Nikolaevna.
Yes.
Are you glad that your son is a writer?
I am so ashamed to confess it, Doctor. I have not read him yet. There's never been time.
26.
Mr. Trigorin, we still have something of yours here.
What's that?
You remember when Constantine shot a seagull? You asked us to have it stuffed for you.
I don't remember.
Huh?
I don't remember that, sir.
A 66. And 1.
It's so dark. I don't know why I feel so restless.
Kostya, shut the window. There's a draft.
98.
Ah, my friends, the game is mine.
Oh, bravo, bravo. This man is lucky in everything, always. Oh, dinner. Our celebrated author hasn't had dinner yet. We will continue after supper. Constantine, leave your manuscript. Come have a bite.
No, I don't want to have a bite, Mother. I've had enough.
Petrusha! That's all.
Yes, my dear.
Oh, wait till I tell you about the party they gave for me at Hardcore. You think stupid and excited.
Yes. A little tea and maybe some toast. That's all you're gonna get. That's all. Just a little something to eat.
Yes.
I've talked so much about new forms. Now I feel that little by little I'm slipping into mere routine myself. The placard on the wall proclaimed, "Pale face in a frame of dark hair." Frame. A word frame is flat. I must begin again. I shall begin where the hero is awakened by the rain. I shall throw out all the rest. No, this description of a moonlight night, it's too long. It's too precious. Trigorin has worked out his own method. It's easy for him. With him, a broken bottleneck lying on the dam glitters in the moonlight, and the mill wheel casts its black shadow, and there, before you, is a moonlit night. But with me, it's all... I don't know. I suppose it's glittering light and silent twinkling of the stars and the far-off sound of a piano dying away in the still, sweet, scented air. It's painful. Yes. I'm coming more and more to the conclusion that it isn't a matter of old forms or new forms, but that a man writes. Not thinking at all of what form to choose, but just writes. Because it comes pouring out of his soul. What's that? I don't see anything. Someone ran down the stairs. Yes, who's there? Nina. Nina, my darling. It's you. I knew it all day long. I had a feeling. I was restless. Oh, she's come back to me. Let's not cry.
There's someone here.
No, there's no one here.
There's someone here. Lock the door, someone might come in.
No one's going to come in.
I know your mother is here. Lock the door, please.
That door doesn't lock. I know, here, look. I'll put a chair against it, see? Now, you mustn't be afraid, Nina, I promise you. Nobody is going to come in.
Oh, let me look at you for a little while. Oh, it's so warm. It's cozy here. This used to be the drawing room. Am I very much changed?
Oh, yes. You're thinner, and your eyes are so much bigger. Nina, how strange to be seeing you. Why wouldn't you come to see us? Why wouldn't you let me come to see you? I know you've been here for 5 days now. I've gone every single night, and I stood under your window just like a beggar.
I was afraid you might hate me. Oh, every night I dream that you look at me and you don't recognize me if you only knew. Ever since I've been here, I've been walking around by the lake. I've been near your house often, and I just couldn't bring myself to come in. Costi, let's sit down, please. Let's sit down and talk. Talk. Oh, it's warm. It's cozy. You hear the wind? There's a place in Turgenev. Yes. Happy is he who on such a night is under his own roof, who has a warm corner. Seagull. No. What was I saying? Turgenev. Yes, Turgenev. And may the Lord help all homeless wanderers.
Oh, Nina, shh, not again. Not again.
No, it's nothing. It'll make me feel better. You know, I haven't cried in 2 years. Late last night, I came to the garden to see whether our stage was still there. And it's there still. I cried for the first time in 2 years, and my heart grew stronger, yes. And my soul was clearer. Look, I'm not crying anymore. So, you are an author.
Oh, no.
I, an actress. We've both been drawn into the whirlpool. I used to be as happy as a child. I used to wake up in the morning singing. I loved you and I dreamed of being famous. And now, tomorrow I must go to Yelitz in the 3rd class with peasants. And at Yelitz, the cultured merchants will plague me with their attentions. Our life is sordid.
Why do you have to go there?
I've taken an engagement there for the winter. It's time I was going.
Nina, listen to me. I cursed you. Yes, I did. I cursed you. And then I hated you. I tore up all your letters and all your photographs, and then I knew that my heart was bound to you forever. It's not in my power to stop loving you, Nina. Ever since I got my work published and I lost you, my life has been unbearable. I'm miserable. It's as if my youth was snatched from me, and I feel as if I've been living on the earth for 100 years. Do you know that I call out to you? I kiss the ground you walk on. I see your face before me, the sweet smile that shined on me, the best years of my life.
Why does he talk like that? Why does he talk like that?
You see, Nina, I'm alone. I'm all alone, and I'm not warmed by anybody's affection, and it's cold. It's all cold. It's like living in a cave, and whatever I write is dry, gloomy, bitter. Nina, please, stay here. Stay here. Stay with me. And if you won't, then take me with you, please.
Nina, why, for God's sake? Shh! My horses are just out there. I can see myself off. I can manage by myself. Give me some water. Give me some water, please. Give me some water. Give me some water. Please.
Where are you going now?
To the town. Is Irina Nikolaevna here?
Yes. Thursday, my uncle was ill. We wired her to come.
Why do you say you kiss the ground I walk on? I have to be killed. No.
tired. If I could rest, if I could only rest. I was a seagull. No. I'm an actress. I'm an actress.
I propose that we all here in our...
He's here too. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He didn't believe in the theater, you know. All my dreams he would laugh at, and little by little I quit believing in it myself, and I lost heart, and then there was the strain of love and jealousy, the anxiety about my baby. I got to be small and trashy. I didn't know what to do with my hands. I couldn't stand properly on the stage. I couldn't control my voice. You can't imagine the feeling when you're acting and you know it's dull. Seagull, no! Do you remember? You shot a seagull. Yes, a man comes by chance, sees it, and out of nothing else to do, destroys it. No. Please, what was I talking about? Please, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the stage. Yes. Oh, well, Kostya, now I'm not like that. Now I'm a real actress. Yes, I act with delight, with rapture. I'm drunk when I'm on the stage, and I feel that I'm beautiful. And now ever since I've been here, I've kept walking about. I've kept walking about. I've kept thinking, and I've kept thinking, and I keep feeling that my soul grows stronger with every day, Kostya. Yes, and now I know. I understand that in our work, writing or acting, what matters, it's not the fame. It's not the glory. It's not what I used to dream about. It's how to endure. How to bear one's cross and have faith. I have faith. It all doesn't hurt so much. And when I think of my calling, I'm not afraid of life.
Well, you found your way, you see? You know where you're going, but I still move about in a chaos of dreams and the images. I don't know why. I don't know who it's for. Nina, I haven't got any faith. I don't, and I don't know what my calling is.
Goodbye. Now, when I'm a famous actress, you come and see me. You promise?
Yeah.
Stand on my feet. I feel famished. I'm worn out. I feel so faint.
Oh, well, stay then. Yes, no. You must stay. I could bring you supper right here.
No, my horses are just out there. I can see myself off. I can.
That we all drink glass.
So she brought him too. Well, that's all one. That's all one. On your seat, Sir Goran, don't you ever tell him anything.
Have a triumph in Kharkov.
I love him. I love him even more than before. An idea for a short story I love. I love passionately. I love to desperation. Oh, Kostya. Oh, Kostya. Do you remember how it used to be? How gay and warm and pure our life was. What things we felt. Tender and delicate like flowers. Do you remember? Men and beasts, lions,
eagles and partridges, antlered deer, mute fishes dwelling in the water, starfish and small creatures no eye can see. These and all life have run their sad course and are no more. Thousands of creatures have come and gone since there was life on the earth. Now the pallid moon doth light her lamp in vain. In the meadows cranes wake and cry no longer, and the beetle's hum is silent in the linden tree groves.
Oh, I hope no one meets her in the garden and tells Mother. Might upset Mother.
Funny, the door seems to be blocked. Well, it's like a regular obstacle race here.
Oh, put the claret and the beer for Mr. Trigorin on that table. We'll play and drink. Come on, friends.
Bring the tea in now.
Mr. Trigorin, here's the thing I was talking about just now. By your order. Huh?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
What was that?
Oh, why, nothing. It might be my medicine case. Something blew up. Oh, don't worry. Well, just as I thought. A bottle of ether blew up. Once more I stand before thee.
I was so frightened. It reminded me. Everything went dark.
Oh, about 2 months ago in this magazine, there was an article, a letter from America. And I wanted to ask you, among other things, since I'm very much interested in this question, get Irina away from here somehow. The fact is, Constantine has shot himself.